momentum, and it's whether they can carry that through. As we said, like, this T side, not the most favourable side to start on Nuke. If you can carry that through, you're finding a way to brute force. Like, you see that a player isn't playing well in their position, and you can exploit that. Suddenly, you can get 5-6 rounds on the board on T side. You can move over to your CT side, the more comfortable half, and you can just run away with the game. So it's whether IGI can perform from the get-go, hit the ground running, but if they trip, if they stumble, you could see it opening and could see it go the other way. But I think it's IGI's map pick, and I can't see a reason that you would pick this map unless you were prepared for it.
Well, let's see whether they will be able to turn it on right here. It's the CT side for IGI, CEX in with the Glocks on the pistol round. We've got a single flash, Smoke and HE Rosie playing at the utility. James is going to be eventually buying down that Kevlar, so fortunately not forgetting to buy, as some players have been doing over the course of several of the qualifiers. Shuby in with the defuse kit, playing up on the rafters of the A bomb site. Smoke down for him, but other than that, everybody with default pistols and Kevlar coming through is Greeny, opening things up on Rezu. Nuke Dog making his way down for the vent dive. The bomb is on his back and trying to get onto the B bomb site. Everyone's going to get caught off guard in these smokes. They're trying to hold off the CTs, but interesting that the strategy from IGI is not to rotate immediately into the bomb site. Finally, one player will get there as Nuke Dog takes down the down. Square will be able to get the trade back on the upper bomb site, trying to see if they can challenge forward controls. A 3 versus 3, but CEX have firmly got the bomb down.
Have the bomb down, it's up to Greeny, but he gets taken down by LS. He did have the flank, but it wasn't good enough, couldn't find the shots, and get shut down. A sweet little free K coming up for ZNX. Wow. Very nicely done by him. So that'll be CEX taking the first pistol round. Of course, pistol round is less relevant as it has been beforehand, but we said, like, CEX hitting the ground running, landing their shots, and IGI rotation was pretty slow.
CEX also with the SMGs in this one. They're expecting IGI to go for the eco. And unfortunately, I've got a good read on how this eco is going to go out, so just straight in, going to get onto the Kevlarless players, probably mow them down relatively easily, and they're all going to be stacked up out towards this garage area. Kills on the AK is actually interesting enough. 4 kills coming in from ZNX and Nuke Dog. Only 1 kill on the SMG, so can't quite follow up the same sort of cash that CX would have loved to, but either way, they are going to be able to claim a very, very secure second round. Going into IGI's next rifle. We've got Square on the XM1014. Do you know what? Under normal circumstances, I'd be criticising this, but this is also new, and there are some very close-range positions that you can play, yeah, where the XM1014 is actually relatively viable. Yeah,
Astralis pick this up sometimes, and so did Na'Vi, so it's not as diabolical a plan and as you might imagine instinctively to talk about shotguns, but it will be a ramp push. Full 5-man commit by the T side, just running down, misses the shot. It's not going to be enough, gets taken down. That'll be the AWP handed over into hands of LS Shuby with the AUG. Also not a weapon we usually see as common, but managed to get a frag for it. So it's a 1-for-1 trade. Rosie going very low with that MAC-10, but will find Greeny. And it's a 4 versus 3, 4 versus 2, and bomb is down.
Shuby on 7 HP as well. It's not looking very good for IGI in the first rifle here. Work in, Shuby out towards Hell, trying to see if we can hold on to the AUG. The XM back at Decon as well. But only looking for the exit frags here. IGI definitely not going to be able to get onto the bomb site. Not in time, not taking out all 4 of the CEX players, who very easily dominated control. They rushed down that AWP, and Down had a bit of a down moment, really, to be honest. Just faced in, the AWP missed every single shot, and they just couldn't quite get the shot to try and at least get an opening pick at the very least. If you got 1 frag, got traded back to 4 versus 4, set up IGI for the retake, then there's a possibility that would have worked up. But not to be in this particular case. 3-0 for CEX, a nice start on their T side.
Yeah, certainly so. And I like what CX were doing right at the end there, double pushing that last CT player, removing the AUG from the hands, and pushing with a MAC-10 player first. Like, it's so simple. Go, oh yeah, we'll hunt this player down, and then you send in the AK first, and they die, and then hands it over. Nice discipline, nice communication shown by CX. See if they can carry on. Aggressive play, but IGI downed. Managed to find a player, but LS will reply Rezu as well. 4 versus 3. 1 minute 30 remaining. The T's have control of this B site. Just seeing. How did that glass not break just there? Did that shot whiff? I have no idea. Valve, please fix.
Someone clip that. I want to see that a little later. Like, DM me that clip, because I want to see exactly how.
Where did that bullet go? I have no idea, but that is an AK picked up for Diddy or Mark on IGI. Be happy with that. That's not too bad. Probably going to save the weaponry here as well. Maybe Down might go for some kind of exit frag. Only got Desert Eagle in hand. You have to probably going to save onto their weaponry.
Number 4 now, stacking up for CEX. Max loss bonus for IGI as well, so they should be able to get some rifles back in. Of course, the M4 and the AK being safe in this round is going to mean even more benefit for their economy. With Down also getting a deagle shot, picking up another AK as well. Not only have they got rifles that they don't need to invest into anymore, they've also got quite a lot of firepower against the CEX side. That's now 2 weapons that can negate any head armor that CEX will bring into our rifle round here. The bomb will go up again. It's going to be 4-0 for CEX. IGI yet to score, but this will be their chance. They've got potential for 2 AWPs if Shuby and Greeny want to get them out. Greeny will get the first. Shuby just going to get a regular M4. So full sets of utility will come in across the board here for the CT side. And again, 2 rifles being AKs. That's 3 weapons in total. That will get the single shot headshots on the CEX squad. They'll play out their default towards the outside position. Actually, a very fast default coming through. Smokes out towards the cross as Greeny gets ready towards the squeaky door area. Nade in, he's going to catch the off and gets the opening frag. Alongside James going and falling to the likes of Mark. It's a 5 versus 3 and loads of damage done to the T side.
Yeah, and that's going a lot better for IGI, finally finding those picks. LS not being able to replicate Greeny's performance. And shot goes wide. And suddenly you see IGI in the driving position. They've already got Shuby's fairly aggressive position on the B site as well, so can't give much map control over to CEX. They're still stuck on this outside position. Seeing if any CTs will get aggressive, but IGI being very disciplined. Not stepping up anywhere. And there's 1 minute left on the clock. And that's going to make things even harder. Does CEX just call a save or something at this point, or do they go for it? I think save, like percentage play-wise, it's going to be so hard to try and do this.
And now they've also got some really nice savings in the bank account, so even a save call might probably end up looking, which is probably not the most likely and best scenarios that CEX can bring out at the moment. And 5v2 is not a very easy fight to win. LS will still try and prod the bomb site to get a pick or two. It's not going to mount to rafters. Takes the first out. The next can't get anything done. Neither can LS, going straight into the hands of the CT side. They do converge upon him. That's an AWP dropped, and one that they can pick up if IGA wanted to. Also can pick up that 3rd AK for Shuby's part, but not going to opt for that again. They're just going to stick with the regular rifles. But there you go, the first on the board for IGI. The AWP doing very, very good work there. IGI seemed like they had a good idea of where CEX would be playing on their defaults. They had that AWP already ready towards the squeaky door position. And it was because of that position that Greeny was able to get the opening frag alongside Mark, who got a second one as well towards the outside. So nice sequences coming in from IGI overall. Put CX on the back foot now. They're going to be investing in, and this time their economy is the one that's looking weak. They could be up to reset IGI. They'll still be back in with another buy, of course, because they're getting 5 players out, all staying alive. The economy just bolsters by a ridiculous margin. So CX, they're the ones in trouble right here. If IGI shut them down, they stand to get a very large amount out of the other cities.
And it's interesting, IGI, like Greeny had the AWP at the beginning, going for that early peek down squeaky. As soon as he took the shot and there's no more aggression, chucked it straight to Mark, like instantly, and then changed it for the AK and is instead playing that. So kind of interesting seeing how IGI is swapping the AWP around and moving around in positions to where players are feeling more comfortable with it. No early pick out for them. James BT seems a little bit lost. He's trying to find the vent. I think he walked past it. There we go. He's found it eventually. He's stuck in that smoke, but LS is getting greeted by Greeny. Goes for with the USP. Just managed to find him. Greeny actually comes out pretty unscathed in that. And although James BT finally managed to, hunt for that vent, he's feeling it on the ground with his hands, trying to find where the hole was. He eventually got in there, but too little, too late. 30 seconds left.
Meanwhile, caught off guard towards the ramp room. That's not very good at all. Trying to deal with down. Backup was there, and now Shuby catches off James over on the B-bomb site. 2 very confident rounds from IGI. 2 rounds in a row in particular where they didn't lose a single player. Everyone survived for the CT side. You can see what that does to their money. 2 rounds in a row, they're almost up to $10,000 a piece. Like, that's incredibly good for IGI. And again, the CT side going swimmingly is exactly what you want to see on Nuke for IGI to start things off. CEX with the Tech 9s, P250s, a Deagle out of ZNX. It's going to be eco status for CEX once again. Try and play towards the A-bomb site. Might be able to rush down to Squeaky. And they get the bomb plant. That might be the best thing that they can get out of here. The extra money for that bomb plant. IGI should be able to clean them up.
I think they go for the grenade onto the squeaky door to try and blow it open. Oh. And they're going to shoot way into the waiting arms of Greeny with the 4K. He's going for the 5K. He's pushing forward, gets shut down by ZNX. But I can't blame him at that point. ZNX does get the AK. Very, very unlikely to be able to win this round. But he could try and run out and get this AK. To be honest, at this point, it is worth IGI trying to hunt him down. Although they'll be able to buy next round, it's just that little bit of money they can take out. And they've got enough money saved up, so they've got that covered just in case things go pear-shaped. But it does look like ZNX seems to be trying to.
That's not an advisable sort of like point of view to take, because he only got $3,000. So he can buy Kevlar and utility, but really he wants to get the loss bonus out for CEX. And that means he'll get more money overall. This AK playing in, obviously, on the eco round, has tried to make his way into the A bomb site, tries to take one of these players down, turns on towards Square's position. It's another frag, 2 kills for him. We've got an ace clutch here, which is less than likely, but he's got quite a bit of breathing room. Smoke goes a little bit too deep, unfortunately. He couldn't smoke off the main position, so he whiffs that one. We're getting down in towards Squeaky Door. Finally picks up the bomb. Going down to the B bomb site because he feels like he's pulled the rotations in from IGI, and that's exactly what's happened. Down to Decon, opening up just in case there's someone on the rafters. There have always been players down here on the B bomb site prematurely. The bomb being heard now. He'll plant as the double doors open, and Mark will take him down. So 4K for Greeny. Anti-eco going pretty well for IGI, all things considered. Won't be able to get that 10,000 mark on everybody, but regardless, they are now up by 1. Close to CEX's lead. The AK is coming through on the CT side.
Yeah, if CeX managed to get that bomb down, I'd say that was probably a more favourable round actually for them than IGI, but it wasn't the case. Full gun round though coming out, no AWP for CeX. We'll see if that's a hindrance. Ooh, quite a bit of grenade damage going through, taking quite a lot for CeX. Greeny though in this position is about to get shot in the back, but he doesn't go down. I think the AWP shot actually landed, but it legged Nuke Dog, who eventually gets taken down by Mark. Ooh, Rezu, nice headshot. Takes down Square, and 4 versus 2, and CeX brute force their way, finding where that AWP is, punishing that AWP player, and gets the bomb site, but LS getting caught out in the open in the crossfire.
Man advantage for CEX as the bomb goes down. IGI, the 2 AKs are just taking more damage, but the edge of the smokes. I want to consider the save right here. They have got money to reinvest in the next round anyway, so they're going to still justify pushing forward, but Rose is going to pick off Shuby, leave it all on down. 4K clutch for him, not going to happen. ZNX takes him back, 5-3 now on the board for CEX. And IGI, that whole round sort of fell apart as Greeny like turned away from the Squeaky Door area. Yeah. Like, you nade that door because you want to open up and look for the information and look for the opening frag on the players that play out there. But he naded, turn back around towards main. I'm not sure whether IGI called in that they were going to be leaving the outside position open, but Greeny should have certainly repositioned himself into a better angle to cover him off from Squeaky Door if he was going to, you know, not look at Squeaky Door, basically.
Yeah, it must have been some, like, reactionary information, but Greeny getting taken out again. Rezu's on fire, finds 2 of them. ZNX gets the 3rd for the round. 5 versus 2. And
look who it is, Shuby and downed again.
Yeah, same again. It's each series we cast, it's just a repeat. It's always the same people left. Shuby and downed. 2 versus 5. Even with the cash, they could save. I think Down was trying to hunt for some players, maybe on the flank or something, gets Rosie really low, but it's not going to be enough. 3K for him, and Shuby's just going to hold his vent position, see if any Ts get a little bit eager trying to find him.
So yeah, it's going to continue to build on this T side. IGI, you know, took a little bit of time to get this whole thing set up and see what the problems it caused were. 6 now for CEX maintaining their lead as IGI were getting so close to equalizing as well. Shuby just left to try and save the M4, give them a buyback as well in the next round because they still got a pretty lopsided economy. We've got downed in with $10,000. 3,000, 6,000, 5,000, various different amounts we've sorted about. So you can drop that M4 back over to Greeny. He can buy down. AWP can come out and give it to Greeny as well. You know, there's plenty of potential for IGI to get the investment back together. CEX, meanwhile, a little bit shaky on their own economy state, but keeping 4 players in is more than fine right now for the T side. And a small technical pause will be called, I believe. Let's have a look. Catch that is a tactical pause. So a tactical pause for IGI. First time we've seen a tactical pause so far here today, Shuby. I like it when teams try and stop things and reset their sort of mind game and try and approach the game from a different perspective, because it's in situations like this where you're down against CEX on your CT side where you should be winning that you want to change up the game plan.
Yeah, as well as on their own map. Like, that's got to be pretty concerning to those players at the moment. The fact that you're down on a half you shouldn't be down on a map you shouldn't be down on at the same time, and that can mount up. So taking a breather is definitely the right situation. We see the adaptation came in. That's what happened when CeX came in, all guns blazing, took a couple rounds, they made the adaptation, and suddenly they're on top. And when they had a game plan and they stuck to it, they looked incredible. Like, they shut down everything CeX was doing. CeX countered, and now it's up to IGI if they can counter again. But full gun round again, still no AWP and CeX, opting not to use that, having more progress with the rifles. I was going to mention Molotovs and Squeaky to prevent any kind of rush. Instead going to A, rather than contesting outside, I was going to say maybe they could Molotov Squeaky off and then contest outside. Instead, they're giving up outside, playing a closer angle and getting more control near the lobby area. Greeny playing very aggressive with that AWP, pushing all the way into the hut position.
Oh.
He might get punished for it though. How did Rezu get out there alive? I have no idea. There's two players, IGI, and neither of them managed to get him. Greeny does get out with his life, but at what cost?
Amazing cost. He lost his teammate, and now he's on 3 points of health. This AWPer, if he gets challenged even in the slightest, he's going down. CeX, a major advantage to start things off. And there's no reason to play that AWP in such a close range position. You're really trying to look in and get a good shot, pop back, and then just retreat. You're usually putting M4 back in there to get the confident spray without sacrificing a big green gun like that. So IGI have to question that sort of style of play. 5-on-4 scenario as Rezu starts to peek forward, look towards Hell, look towards the locker rooms where one man is there to receive it. Mark backing up through Hell, and now Greeny and Shuby are going to realize that their position is basically compromised here. They could get wrapped in towards main and potentially could also get backstabbed in from Heaven, because Mark has not got Heaven control. They've got to try and factor in this very awkward position that they're playing in from. And Greeny all alone on the bomb site. Hell a task to do. He misses the first shot. Back in to rephase it. Players towards main as well. They're going to get bounced down and past him. He eventually gets spammed in the back by ZNX. 5 versus 3. CeX full control of the A site.
That shot whiffed by Greeny was absolutely massive. Shuby, though, finds James BT. That might be too little too late. UCC being chucked down the vent as well. Downed might be trying to peek for this. I think LS must hear him at this point. Yeah, he definitely does. Molotov comes out to try and force him out of position. He gets burnt, but then shot by LS. 2 versus 3. And CTs are making a call and backing off at this point. Yeah, as I was saying, Greeny, like, if he hit that shot and he denied the bomb planter from actually dropping down, because the other player had fallen down first, like, that round was over. There's 15 seconds left on the clock. It's, like, really unfortunate that he wasn't able to find that opening frag, and even if the bomb did eventually fall down, it does such good work. Shuby, though, coming clutch in at the end. Ace
exit frags for Shuby, in fact. So he's going to be able to get away with doing a lot of damage to CeX. It's going to be a very expensive round. And you can see that from the economy state. At best, we're looking at $5,000 for Rezu. Everybody else significantly lower than that. Means that IGI can actually justify this force up here. They could have half bought and looked for better rifles in the next round. The AWP in particular on Green. He's out to scout. So looking at CeX right now, this is a round that both teams kind of need to win. Because IGI do start things off. Greeny with the first headshot on Rezu, back towards Squeaky. Finally open, Nuke Dog traded right back towards the outside. Mark, a big gap in the fence left for Nuke Dog to cross and get into the garage area, trades it back to 4 versus 4. He will take a lot of damage in return, though. It means that IGI do come out on top. And that weapon advantage is something else to factor in, and CeX certainly have a very nice weapon advantage. They're down to the B bomb site as well. They snuck past the entire IGI defensive line. They're going to realize this is quickly like, well, the bomb's down on B. One man over in the control room might do something towards double doors, but he's waiting for backup more than anything else to get in from the vents, get into Decon, and back in from Secret as well, which is actually being covered off by a T-side player as well. So everything coming up CeX right now. Square will find a good spray, almost a kill onto James BT. LS traded back for Shuby as a 3 versus 3 ensues. And I know one player is scouting in for the second man. They know where ZNX is now. 2 kills. His name 3 kills on the spray. Caught off guard as he tries to reload, and down is all that remains. 1 versus 2. Smoke on the bomb. Going to stick the whole defuse. 3 seconds on it. No one's firing. No one can catch him. Nuke Dog does eventually connect the bullets, and it will be 8 rounds on the board for CeX, claiming the half advantage at 8-3.
8-3, that was incredibly close. ZNX though, like huge 15 kills this half already in just 11 rounds, looking absolutely massive. James BT, he's only got 1 frag, but who cares at this point when you got a player popping off like that? You don't need to frag. The CZs and Desert Eagles coming out for IGI. The desperation trying to manage their economy as best they can. Greeny does manage to find an opening frag, but immediately traded back by LS. 4 versus 4. CeX actually getting sprayed down in this sort of like killing corridor. Crossfire set up by the CTs did manage to deal a lot of damage and take down a couple of players. So, in all honesty, well, I was about to say if Shuby could have kept that AK. That was unfortunate. But Or like I was just seeing if he's getting the frag, but that's not the worst round. Seeming is just Desert Eagles, really nothing else for IGI. Not perfect, but calling another tech timeout. I think this time. Yes.
Yeah, technical pause. So small problems for the CEX side. That's fine though. Obviously, you need to get the PC sorted out. If there's ever a problem, then yeah, you have to get that fixed. It's a pretty urgent thing to do. So we'll give them time right there. They're still winning at the end of the day, so it's not like it's an excuse for why we're not performing very well at all. CEX doing just really well overall on this T side. Whenever they win rounds, it tends to be relatively confident. And as well as that, they haven't allowed any rounds for IGI since the 5th, 6th, and 7th ones. So they're doing relatively well. Again, CEX, a little bit hard on the money line, but it has been recovered by the T side. Coming into this, the 4Y will be out with the full sets utility up against the AWPs coming out on the IGI side of things. Still CEX currently, all the momentum to their favor. They are in the driver's seat this map.
AWP has swapped hands, no longer in the hands of Greeny. Seeing the other Orpha take a go with it. Fast utility on the outside. Huge usage going through. The CTs are very close to this side. Should be pushing through, but it's not going to be enough. Didn't expect James BT to be pushed up that far. Greeny does find Racing for his troubles. Definitely a player you want to take out with ZNX. Here's the problem. Mark gets taken down by James BT. Get himself some numbers on the board. They see Square. Square backs off towards Decon. Position, peeks out, ZNX gets the better of him, takes him down, 4 versus 2, and that should be the site for CEX, sorry, unless Down has something to say about it in this position. Unfortunate, 1 versus 3, and Greeny, kind of impossible position he's in now.
Might have been able to deny the bomb plan. I'm not sure if it came into the closer or further side from the bomb site itself. Oh, sprayed through though. James opening the doors and shuts the man down. Just like that, it's 10 on the board for CEX, and this is kind of the firepower I was talking about for this squad. Obviously, they are a very, very experienced team. And coming into this, they're proving their point on the T side of IGI's pick. And we're saying they have to come in with a game plan against a team like CEX. CEX right now walking all over them. With AKs to spare, Deagles and CZs coming out on the eco round. Max loss bonus here for IGI. Have to work seriously hard on getting something out here. They're going to go for a stack on the B bomb site, trying to rush out and flush out the secret position, which might end up being pushed away. Yeah, the challenge against Nuke Dog, they do get that one frag. But meanwhile, CEX will wrap back in from the backhand side, go straight down and ramp, go straight down into the B bomb site, or the A bomb site actually, ZNX and LS pulling a quick wrap around. Rosa gets both those players out. Square and Down, the last 2 players left alive, and I imagine they might just focus on saving the AK.
Yeah, not much. Not much left for them to do at this point. Square might try and go for some exit frags. Find something at this point. Not a lot of cash for him either. We'll be able to buy next round, but CEX has firmly been in the driving seat for this one. I mean, IGI looked good for a couple rounds right at the start after they broke back the economy and started taking some rounds off CEX with those opening kills, but using Greeny on the AWP through Squeaky, it's just not enough. CEX just are overwhelming them with firepower, and ZNX and Vrezio have just looked insane. Especially when you're kind of whiff spray by Downed. Like, definitely didn't look comfortable at all. ZNX on 16 kills, Vrezio on 11, and it's Greeny and Shubi leading the way for IGI.
11 and 10 respectively for those 2 players. Nice to see Vrezio performing as well. He's been with CEX for a very, very long time. Like, he was part of the best times at CEX and the worst times at CEX. He's been with this roster, with this organization, I should say, since like 2015. So, credit to him for coming back as far as he has, remaining loyal to the brand, remaining loyal to the projects. Now doing really good work here for them as they make their way towards the outside. Not getting caught off guard by one man back over in the garage area. CEX will wrap back up as Mark will be going low. Shubi will be going down, in fact. CEX make their way into the A bomb site once again. Square alone over to the Marshmallow position as Mark goes falling. Next time he can't deny the bomb plant. Way out of no backup, eventually getting isolated by James BT. And Down is all that's going to remain at the end of the half. 1 versus 4 for the man. Back over towards Old Hell. Giving up his position, running straight forward with a knife. M4 to do some work. Gets caught off guard by James BT again. 4 kills for him. 12-3. A fantastic half for CEX. IGI. While we're talking about their game plan, I hope their game plan was very revolved around T side.
I hope so. because this is looking beyond one-sided at this point. Like, I don't know what more to say. Like I said, James B2, you know, I highlighted him saying he didn't need to frag. Went from, I think, a 1-1-6 scoreline, a 1-6-6 scoreline, ended up on 11 kills at the end of that half, so he's not doing too bad for himself. But this pistol round, although its relevance is less important as it used to be, you don't want to be in a similar position as... okay, never mind. Forget what I was about to say. I was going to say they need to win this pistol round, but it's too late at this point. Square's trying to live the dream. Ooh, okay. Cast the Curse is coming through strong here because every time I'm about to say something, it immediately gets reversed. CSGO caught out in the open. Square eventually falls down to heroes, and we're left in a 1v1 Nuke Dog versus Shubi. Glock versus, I think that's the P2000.
Yep.
In that range. Nuke Dog trying to find his head, but the T side, the Terror, sorry, is stuck in his position. Can't cross out without Nuke Dog seeing him. Trying to go aggressive. Health bar's going low on either side. Nuke Dog finds the headshot. He's tanking so much damage. But Shubi just couldn't find the headshot, and Nuke Dog wins out the trade. CeX 13-3.
That was quite hell from Nuke Dog. Kept aiming where he was rather than where he was going to be. But it's all right. 13-3, CeX do maintain control of the pistol round again. A crucial pistol round that IGI needed to win. They needed to try and get themselves a half back in the matchup. You know, Glocks and Deagles and P250s out for the T side will concede everything in the favor of CeX, who are rocking all SMGs and a Deagle in the next. They all get picked apart. 2 players, 1 player left alive in Greeny. Bomb's also been dropped towards the outside, so nothing that he can do to recover it. Maybe get a bomb plant out for IGI. Nothing of that nature is available for him. It's going to be 14-3 CeX now. Once again, 2 rounds within the victory sphere. The next takes the final frag.
I was just about to start cheering for Green and be like, "You can do it, Greeny. You can clutch it out." And then, like, as soon as I was about to, he just like instantly gets headshotted. Like,
it's not even cast as hearse. It's cast as concept.
Yeah,
just like you have the idea of maybe a clutch coming to fruition.
Nope. Just maybe we might see some life in IGI on their own map pick, but it's just nothing. But this is, I say do or die. If they lose this, there'll be a match point, and that will seriously be do or die. But like, this is their gun round. They lose this, their economy's going to be trashed for the next round. Like, they've got to put it through, and Downed is definitely taking that attitude and running with it. Greeny takes down Alice as well. 2 versus 5, and this is looking quite a lot better for IGI.
Yeah, CeX falling apart. ZNX going to get 1 frag back. Spot the second man. He's got the secondary shots. The bomb will be planted. Okay, ZNX could not get the final kill, or the 4th kill on Greeny, but a hell of a clutch available for him. Just about shut down for IGI. The 4th round will be on the board. Another technical pause coming in for some reason. I'm not sure exactly what the specifics are. Oh, James James joined the CT side. Oh dear. That's a match medic.
Yeah, this is unfortunate. CeX starting with a. We just play this with 4.
CeX don't even want to just bother with getting a match medic out. They don't want to. They just want to go straight in, just play the 5v4. I mean, they're on an eco anyway, so it's not like it's a massive issue.
Yeah, it's not going to be huge. ZNX though, like, if we have a quick look at the scoreboards. Okay, has it been redone?
Nope, James is still on the T side. Oh, Christ. Looks like this is going to take a little bit more time than I expect.
UKCS, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, we'll look quickly at the scores on the door. 14-4, of course, for CeX, but gotta highlight that ZNX has just been a beast. He's insane. He's just
you can see the stat line right there. 24 kills
in 18 rounds. Like no one has been able to beat him in these duels. Like, and if even if they do manage to kill him eventually, he's at least taken one of you guys down at some point. Like, there's no answer for IGI at this point. Like, unless they just start becoming better players. Like, what can you do when ZNX is having a game like this? Like, unless you step up to that mechanical level or you find some kind of strategy to nullify him, but you don't know where he's going to be playing. They're switching it up. Like, yeah, it's so difficult to counter this. So it's looking pretty dire for IGI. That being said, if they can keep the economy down, like they haven't got a lot of rounds to play with. Like they lose 2, they lose the map. But
and
like,
to me like that, there's that pressure again that gets to a lot more teams more than anything else, because obviously you've got. It's not over just yet. Obviously, IGI still have a chance to go back into this. But the fact that they've got to go 10 rounds, and then 2 more after that to actually get the map victory. If CeX get 1 round, then it has to be an overtime game for them. It's like that weight of all that time you've got to spend getting back into the game. It does wear down on you by quite a bit. So for IGI, you know, especially being the underdogs coming into this series, CeX certainly are the favourites. You know, I hope that doesn't break their confidence, but it's something that's a trend all too often seen in Counter-Strike.
There we go. Unpause is being requested, which means we'll be back in this very shortly. Freeze time. Pause has been cancelled. Thank you very much. Shout out to our wonderful casters dealing with players.
Casters? Do you mean admins?
Casters, admins.
We are the casters.
We are the thank you to me, and of course my co-host. But thank you to the admins doing a stellar job sorting out when players get a bit confused and, you know, join the wrong team mid-game, you know, the usual things which happen.
James having an identity crisis midway through the matchup, but it's okay. Scouts in, center deck, Screeny, Square, Mark gonna pick them apart. IGI up against the force buy, half buy, quasi, you know, terrible buy essentially from CEX. 3 versus 2 scenario. The Eagles trying to see if they can trade things back. James actually does get Shubi down. This is doable for them. The AWP's landing close to where they're holding in from. We worry about LS's HP. Is going to challenge against 1 more player back here towards Squeaky. He's going to be the main man at the moment. Square ready to open up the door as soon as he does. This is going to be probably a kill, maybe. I mean, they're taking their sweet time with this one. Eventually, LS will go down. Now it's going to be rest on James. The AWP, all that remains. Oh, God, Square. That's not a smoke that you wanted to put down. That was supposed to go on the bomb site so he could plant safe, but now he'll plant open. James is not going to face it, so they do get the bomb plant down. It's still a 1 versus 2 for the Eagle and all.
There's also that Molotov. Oh, James BT with the testing. No way does he win that. Oh my God, takes him down. Jesus, bringing it to 15-4. That'd be match point for CeX on IGI's map. Like, you know how I said about you can have a game plan, but it's all about utility usage? That was a prime example. Not only was the smoke whiff, the Molotov went straight down the ladder. Like, it didn't block the player. It didn't block that position. Even if you intended it, that was the wrong Molotov to use at that time. And yeah, CeX, match point.
Match point for the CT side. This is where things get interesting. IGI have a hella big comeback to make and then some. They've got to go all the way to round 30, then take 4 rounds after that on overtime. And with this kind of a buy here, it's not looking likely on the T side. They will move up and out to the outside position against secret control initially. It's Mark and Shubi. Up to take point 1 with a Tech 9-1 with an AK-47. Moving around into the secret areas, initially trying to prod for any CTs, but CEX have not given any the bomb site control, interestingly enough. Usually when you play an outside sort of control area, you usually put 1 more player down as they as the T side make their way in towards secret, but no one from CEX going for that. Instead, Rez is going to get the opening frag over on the A bomb site. Got to get ready for those rotations. Ramp room has finally been closed in upon. Actually, no, it hasn't. I thought the player made his way down, but no, he's gone further into lobby to try and cut off any more of the IGI forces, as they actually might be able to find Square. Very low HP. LS trades him back as Nuke Dog does end up falling a 4 versus 3. They'll figure out the bomb site is completely open and get this plant down. Now, for CEX, this is where things get interesting as LS takes down Shubi. Backstab incoming towards the ramp room. Down's going to try and find his way back into the control room. He's got no rifles to play with on the side. Doesn't stop Mark from getting 2 headshots. Hold the phone. He's taking the entire backstabbing force back out, but now he's on a 1 versus 2. Bomb plant is open. Nades and smokes to try and cut him off from any sort of angle. 64 HP, and he's going to get faced in by James BT. 1 point of health. Who's going to win it out? It's Mark facing in the second man. He's forced LS off the diffuser. 3K up for him. He's trying to face back again. AWP flick. Can't land it, but I think he's still done enough to keep LS away from the bomb defuse. IGI managing to stay alive for just a little bit longer as they get 5 on the board.
Mark with the 3K coming in absolutely clutch. Managed to save the AWP over it as well. IGI given a second chance at life. Match point, no, still they've got 10 match points in a row. You know, like it's not going to be at all easy for IGI. They've got to push it to overtime. But economic situation isn't great for CEX. They've got an AK to rest, all choosing to full eco. So we'll be playing around this AK, just trying to use the rest as meat shields. Let LS do the work.
Nice boost from Nuke Dog. I would have thought they would have put LS up here, actually, so he can try to take first face and get those first headshots. The P2K is great, but against the head-to-head Kevlar, it's not going to be enough. If we had a Deagle, for example, I'd be like, yeah, sure. But I really would like to see LS in that position instead. But hey, CEX against a very passive IGI side. You see, no one's actually entered the lobby, and no one's made their way around silos. So CEX might be able to figure, or might think that they're going in towards the lobby room. They're going to play a default towards A site and potentially ramp from. But the truth is that none of that is coming to fruition right now. CEX have no information about what's going on, and neither do IGI. Eventually, they will start to push in. As CEX push around, see that four-man force towards the outside. The P2K and Nuke Dog will be tapping on through towards Mark, but Mark will take him down. Gain that outside control, and the bomb should get planted here on the A bomb site again. No major challenges for IGI. They're up against the eco, and CX can hear that bomb plant as well. They're in the lower bomb site. So back in, all four players towards ramp room. How are they going to set up LS to get the kills more than anything else? If these pistols can't get the kills themselves, they've got to set up LS to follow through and get those trades together for CEX.
I think they're going to try and find any of the T-side players who might be getting too, eager in their post-plant positions, trying to pad their stats a bit, getting a bit kill hungry when they don't need to. Might stray too far. They're choosing actually just to defend, keep LS in a corner, and the rest scout out for information, and then maybe play off that. But T's are looking to go through lobby to actually run through. They might be about to shot the back. It depends if they're going to take that contact play. So the next trying to peek with the USP. Ooh, going very low. It does manage to go down for the T side eventually, but that AK-47 was not saved, which is kind of disappointing for CX. But IGI, another round on the board. Just 9 more to go. Not much to ask. Small gift that they would need. Just 9 rounds. It's fine. It's like
the whole small loan of $1 million.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dudes. CEX, one more eco, going to get ripped apart. I say that, but 2 for 2 trade. Ellis and James BT have managed to hold on to an AWP and an AK in towards the lobby room. Actually, I thought there was a larger presence from the T side than there actually was. There might be a chance for CEX, but James BT is going to go falling. Shuby down into the B bomb site. AK on his hand, smoke down to try and cover off any CEX players, but the bomb's not rotating in just yet. If LS challenges and take this player out, then there's no chance to get to the B bomb site, and he almost does. Flick in, takes the damage for it. Shuby doesn't get taken out, fortunately. Still close wall bang shots are getting dangerously close to the Shuby side of things. A minute to go on the clock. The bomb will finally make its way down from Secret into the B bomb site. Downed. Where's he going to plant? Back of the site, most likely thing? Yeah. Open for double doors, of course, it's already been covered up by one more player on CX on the other side. Do you know what? We'll let you have this one. We'll let you have 1 round. Not quite 9, but we'll let you have a round so we can get the EWP and the AK back in for the CT side. Means we've got a little bit of firepower saved.
Yeah.
Not much investment required. And IGI get away with it.
Yeah, this is definitely a smart decision. Like, yes, they've got 9 rounds that they can lose, and they still they have to play for overtime, even if they were to tank all 9 rounds. They've got such a fallback. You see so many times, even at the pro level, of players going, right, let's just force fight. Let's just get this over with. Let's win this map. And they mess it up. They don't try and fully commit, take out every single one of the enemy, and then something happens. They're losing. Saving the weapons is just smart play. We've got the rounds. Let's just give them a free round. We'll wait until we have full guns, and then we'll take you on. And it's just the percentage play is just so much higher for them.
The fallback coming in for CEX. Again, AWP and AK save means that they can actually get an AWP out. Lots of firepower as well for ZNX. And of course, a man needs... Well, if he could put firepower in his hands, I imagine he'll be able to use it for the greater good of CEX. The rifles come back in for IGI. Galil out for down. Still playing with that same rifle that he's been playing with for a couple of rounds now. Down. We'll find the first on Mark. ZNX going to be able to trade it back with the AK out towards the garage area. They know where he is. They can isolate that frag potentially. Back in, he's going to get taken out by Shuby, but LS takes down, trying to take some of that A-side presence out of play, but in the end, he gets down of his own right. 3 versus 2 scenario, the bomb should be able to make his way on site, except Nuke Dog trying to backstab, trying to stall for as much time in the lobby position. Won't be able to get it done, leaving it all on Rezu, the veteran of the CEX squad, a 1 versus 3 for the man. I don't see any way he'll make his way inside. Yeah, this should be an 8th on the board for IGI. Again, it's another one of those situations where it's like, well, it's possible, but is it likely?
Yeah, it's possible, but it's not at all likely, especially when you're facing down into AKs, even with the trades. 1 headshot and you're done. So not going to be nice for Rezu, but it looks like he's going to position aggressively. Whether he's just going to hold this or push it is a different matter. Maybe he's just being a bit nosy, trying to see where the T sides are. But I highly doubt he's going to go for it, especially with no kit as well. He's not going to time. So he'll sit in lobby, see if any Ts do walk his way. Oh, he's managed to find the AWP, which is very worth him taking that risk and picking that up. So it'll be 15-8, still 7 rounds to go. IGI definitely closing the gap. But at least they look a lot more in control. Yeah, they're trading players off at the early stages of the rounds. Like almost each round it's been like 3-3. It ends up being 3 either side. That's the usual, the way it usually goes. However, they trade off to take out some of the, I want to say, the biggest firepower elements for CeX. So it's like, right, we're not going to beat ZNX 1v1, but if we trade like 1-for-1 for him, that's a worthwhile trade for us. That makes a lot of sense, and they're looking a lot more comfortable. So although the start of the round CeX looks good, I think it's more IGI is just setting up their players to get rid of the people they can't deal with, and then past that point when it's even, when they're more on their equal skill footing or firepower wise, they just go, let's execute the strats we've done, use the utility the way we need to use it, and they're executing, when it is these 3v3 situations, they seem to be executing them really damn well.
CeX getting out with that AWP in this round, and in the next round is going to be a small technical pause actually forced IGI. It seems like an FPS issue for, who is it, Mark? Yeah,
I think Mark.
Mark having a couple of FPS problems, so just reset the PC, reset the game, make sure you get yourself a decent playing, playing conditions. So there we go, a AK report back in for him. I imagine Down will be able to do the same. Maybe an AWP if he wanted to go for it. Nope, a 5th AK for IGI. CeX, meanwhile, gonna half invest around the AWP again. Makes sense at 4 rounds of loss bonus. Looking for the max loss bonus buy in the next one again. If they can cripple IGI right here, then it'll be even better for them just to go 16-8 up on a half buy round. So that's AWP in for Rezu will still be the damage dealer more than anything else for the AWP. And the scout in for ZNX. Interesting, you'll buy into a secondary sniping if this comes around, but in the end, you know, there's no other cheaper weapon that you can buy without justifying a full-blown force up, basically. So, you know, unpaused, about ready to go as Mark has joined in the server, and so long as everything is okay with IGI and CeX, I think we should be ready to rock and roll here.
Rock and roll, and as you said, like Scout, Desert Eagles coming out, they're not doing a full save, but that's because buying around the AWP makes sense, because they'll be able to buy next round anyway, because max loss round bonus. Let's see if they put that to good use. Last time we saw a play like this, they were walking around with LS just with that AK trying to find players, the rest just being meat shields for him. But Rezu, doing what Greeny did to them in the opening rounds, but no T's are going to peek it. They look to Greeny, though, finding the opening on Nuke Dog. That's one of the Desert Eagles down. Opening things up for them. Rotating around the B ramp onto the B bomb site. That'll be the bomb site completely given over, and Greeny will get control room. Control room control. And IGI looking a lot better and a lot more comfortable. They're sort of warmed up a bit. This should be a clean round for them, especially as bomb's going down. Racing might want to consider saving this AWP just for the next round. It's finding square. Maybe they'll go for this actually. 4 versus 4. Bomb is down. And we'll see if CeX can upset IGI in this round.
Still got Mark up on the rafters as LS goes down, as does James BT. Rezu gets a secondary frag, but at this point he should be able to save. Smoke on the bomb, full 10 seconds, stick it, and Mark's tapping his way on through. Rezu, what are you doing? Very confusing. And he's trying to keep Mark back there. He might go up with the bomb. Does he go up with the bomb? No, this is somehow dodge just in time, so far enough away. But that's throwing away an AWP, what is essentially another kill against the T-Zone, which didn't even go towards the favor of CeX. So 15-9. They're going to buy with the M4s this time as a result. If they had that AWP, that would have been a completely different story, but no. Can't have everything in the world. Against the 5 AKs, we're in completely even standing between these two teams. Let's see whether CeX can finally turn that all-important 16th to their favor and win out on IGI's map. They haven't won a round on the CT side since the 4th of the half. So there's a little bit of, it's been a long time coming, I think, for CeX.
Yeah, I was going to say that I'm not going to get too excited until unless IGI gets it to like 12 rounds, and then I think I'll start believing. But CeX just hasn't, like, even on the rounds where they've brought them close, they don't look. they do not clean until Nuke Dog just goes hi, waves at him with a smoke in his hand, somehow wins that even though Greeny was staring right at him. Gets the opening kill, and CeX looking, hopefully this might be the difference for them so they can close this out. Like the worst things for them would be to have this lead and throw it, get to overtime and lose the map. That'd be devastating for their confidence and their mentality going into this, but Nuke Dog leading the way, taking down Greeny, 4 versus 5.
IGI wants to go to the secret area, so they're downstairs. And CeX have been known for not playing around the downstairs defender. I think they've got one player back there right now. No, again, they've only got the ramp room player who's not going to be anywhere near aware of what IGI are playing at right here. So CeX leaving a number of pretty big gaps in the defensive overall for this map. Again, it's not their map, obviously. IGI picked it, but now the glass being bursted towards the control room. Should be with them all time. They're going to realize what's up. But Ellis is going to get another frag on square. Now, while IGI do have the map control and the bomb site advantage, they are down by 2 men, so this is not going to make up much of the ground that they've lost. LS will get traded, but Nuke Dog trades it right back, and now it's all up to Shubi. 1 versus 4, a clutch and a half to make work for IGI. Back over at control room, double doors, facing in one player towards secret sprays on who can't get the kill. Eventually faces back on the double doors, ready to take it in peak, but gets the spray as Shumi runs out of ammo. The defuse will come through. It's 16-9. CeX finally take the map pick of IGI. Back one swing into their favor. And again, probably not the way that should have gone, I think, for IGI. You know, we were talking about them getting in with a game plan. I didn't really know that much of a game plan, to be honest, my friend.
You spend all that time talking about how, like, although it's not as CT side as it used to be, like, you know,